Hey everybody, welcome back to my channel. This is Hunter with Van Houten Builds, and we are continuing to work on my 65 Mustang. It's getting close, really close, minus the engine and transmission, two of the biggest parts. But today what I thought we could do is do something super easy, simple, like fun upgrade that I've been told everyone should do, and it's pretty affordable. So right now, currently, as it sits, I thought it would be super easy to do because the engine is out of the car. So with the engine out, it's way easy to access just everything in the engine bay. And one thing I thought we could do is basically take our sway bar and replace it with a thicker sway bar, so we'd have better handling performance, etc. One thing I did when I got the car, since this is the stock sway bar, it's really skinny and puny, but it works, you know. But one thing I did is I replaced the sway bar mounting bushings and pieces, and then the end links as well, and thought that would help because the original ones were pretty rusted out. So what I ended up doing is, you guys know that I don't usually order from Summit Racing anymore because I had a little issue, but I was online and usually order from like CJ Pony because I've had great experiences, or Kentucky Mustang or whatever. And I started to put together an order, and just out of curiosity thought I'd hit up Summit, check out their pricing. And I looked into the pricing and it ended up being a lot cheaper. So I ended up ordering this 1-inch sway bar. It's a Scott Drake sway bar. I ordered that. It was like it comes together kind of as like a little kit with the end links and the sway bar mount bushings as well for a 1-inch. But I ordered all that and got a pretty good deal. It was cheaper on Summit than anywhere else. So I ended up going with this, and it's supposed to help. Now, a lot of guys just go back and forth on forums about like, should I do a 1-inch or should I do a 1 1/8? But apparently, from what I read after researching, I don't know the difference, first of all. I don't know how it's going to change the handling. Hadn't even driven this car yet, so. But everybody said the 1 1/8 isn't really necessary for just like everyday driver. So the 1-inch will get you where you need to go. So I thought we could start by throwing this new sway bar on and seeing how it does. All right, before we jump into things, please, if you would, give me a like on this video and subscribe to my channel. It really helps. It helps my channel grow and allows me to post more video content for you guys. So I really appreciate all the support so far. It's been great. I love my audience and how awesome and supportive you guys are. It's really motivating me to continue on this project and look into new projects. So, all right, with that said, let's jump in. All right. So let's start by removing our sway bar. So we basically just took the bushings out, and then now we have to take off these on both sides of the original sway bar. All right, so now we can take out the original sway bar, and I was afraid about this dropping on my face and just like squishing me, but you know what? It's actually not very heavy, so that's good news. So I'm just gonna take this out. Whoop, there it goes. And here it is. Fantastic. Let's get this out of here. All right, y'all, just for some size comparison here, check it. This is the old sway bar right here. And this is the new sway bar. I mean, you can see the difference. It's just way thicker. So, yeah. All right, so one thing I'm gonna do real quick before we put these in is just take a little bit of grease and grease these guys up, because otherwise they will squeak. Get our grease gun, and this is just basically some Mollygraph grease, and I'm just gonna grease the insides of these so we don't squeak. And you can buy like greasable fittings in here. There we go. And now we're greased and ready to go. Now, let's install this bad boy. So we're gonna take the old ones out and put the new ones in. And they come with washers and all the goods. The new one is pretty heavy, y'all, compared to the old one. So I'm gonna get this situated. Yeah, and we're backwards. Fantastic. Okay. All right, now we got everything in sway bar wise, so it's not gonna fall in our face. So for these parts here, what we're gonna do is we're gonna basically feed this end link up and through here, and then connect it to the inside of the sway bar up here. And what we wanna do is we're gonna get this like this, slide it up like this, and these, and then put this piece over, and then we want the other piece all right, hand tight for now. Good. And you can see these basically come already done, but you can see on here in the end links, they have this little lip right here, and that's where they go on the inside of the holes. So just to make it easier, what we want to do is take this bolt off here and take basically everything. We're going to take this off, the top washer and the top bushing. Then we're going to take the middle section, which goes in between the sway bar and this. We're going to slide all that off. Then we've got one washer and one bushing, which goes up into here. And then we're going to put all this back on. And then awkward angles. I need a car lift so bad. All right, so I'm running into a problem that I ran into last time I did this with these sway bar end link pieces. Is on this side, and I don't know why, maybe it was an accident in the past or something, but when you put one in, I can't get the this to be like straight enough to go all the way up so I can put the bolt on. It's just barely touching the surface of the top of this right here to where the bolt goes on, and I can't push it up anymore because of the way that everything is like aligned, I guess, so to speak. So this is exciting. Good times, y'all. Good times. Yucky good times. I think this is why in the past I put one of these through a different way, because I couldn't get the angle of it to work right. Come on. Son of a bitch. Okay, I got it. Jesus Christ. Okay. Man. All right, y'all. So there we go. It's all installed. Got everything in place, and we should be good to go. Everything's tied down. All right, y'all. So that took me way longer than I thought it would. Basically because I was having trouble getting one of the ends of the sway bar end link in. The bolt wasn't going up far enough at the angle that it was to where I could put the nut on it and get it threaded. It was just like barely there. So what I did is I just used the car's weight and let the front of the car come down, the wheels come up, raise that bottom piece up to make it more level, and then I could put the bolt up in, and then finally got a couple threads in, and I was able to like torque it down. So we're all good now. I'm excited to like get this thing on the road and actually feel how it, you know, drives and performs. Hopefully that helps with our drivability. I think it should. From what I hear, everybody says it's great. So yeah, thank you guys for tuning in to this little upgrade we just did. We've got quite a few more on the way as I get the engine, you know, machined, and then rebuild that sucker or put it back together, put it in the car. Yeah, all good stuff. So thanks again for tuning in. Thanks again for following along. I really appreciate all y'all's support. Yeah, stay tuned for more videos coming soon. All right, I'll catch you on the next one. Thanks. Bye.